Alright, so I'm just going to run you through something called collision detection. Super important. If something hits you, you want to be able to decide that you're connecting with it. But more importantly, if we're creating like a platformer game, any kind of game really, we want to have walls that we can't move past. So if we play my dinosaur game here, you can see that I can go all the way sort of almost outside of the screen, all the way almost outside of the screen, here almost outside of the screen, and here almost outside of the screen. That's a problem for us, so I don't want to be able to do that. So we need some sort of collision detection, something that detects a wall and doesn't allow us to go through the wall. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stop that game now. I'm going to create a sprite, a wall sprite. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into my sprites. I'm going to create a wall sprite, and I'll come back to you. You guys know how to make sprites. Alright, so I've made a dodgy little wall sprite here. You can see it's this big black line here. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it right on the edge of my screen. Right there. Okay, you can see that it's a bit dodgy. I've sort of done it. You guys will make nice straight ones, but mine's a bit whack. Okay, now if I drive, you can see I'm still going straight through that. So I need to create some sort of collision detection that stops me from going through that sprite. Now I'm going to do it in the dinosaur. And I'm going to say, when this is clicked, controls, if I am touching the, what did I call it? I called it sprite 1. So if I'm touching sprite 1, I'm going to get it to jump back. Watch this. Motion. Change X. So here's my X-axis, my Y-axis. I'm going to change X by -10. Okay, watch this. Whoop. Okay. You guys will know what happened there. I've forgotten my forever loop. Often when we're testing these things, we need to test them forever and ever and ever. Let's try again. If touching sprite, change X by -10. Alright. Look at that. I'm pressing that key and he's not going anywhere. What's actually happening is he's trying to move forward because I keep pressing the forward button, and at the same time he's bouncing backwards. I can show that a little more by changing that X to a greater value. Let's change it to like -40. Watch the bounce on this guy now. Okay, you can see he's trying to move forward, but he keeps bouncing back. Every time he touches it, he bounces back. Okay, so there's a wall collision sprite. I'm just going to create one more. I'm going to copy and I'm going to make a duplicate of sprite. I'm going to call it sprite 2. I'm going to move it over here. Now, the dinosaur also needs to do the same thing. But this time I'm just going to make a duplicate of that code. But this time, just move all this code around a little bit. If touching, the wall on the left now is called sprite 2. Guys, name your stuff better than I'm naming it. Name it like left wall, right wall. Okay, if I'm touching sprite 2, this time we don't want to change the X by -40. Watch what happens if I change the X by -40. Choom! When he touches the wall, let's try that one more time. Watch what happens when he touches the wall. Whoa! He gets sucked through the wall. Because as soon as he touches it, it changes his X by -40. I'm doing the opposite of what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to change the X by +40. Let's try it again. Boom! Okay, you can see now he's bouncing like that. Okay, that's pretty decent. Yeah, that's collision detection. You can see I can create a top sprite here and a bottom sprite here. If I do that, I'm going to have to change the X and the Y. Now, you can use collision detection for a lot of things. Generally, we're going to use it for walls and we're going to use it for floors. That's going to be really important as well when we start looking at platformers where we're jumping and we're landing on different platforms and we're walking up to walls and we're not running through them, we're getting stuck on them. Okay, that's collision detection.